guys, what's up? It's Jenny. First of all, I'm sorry my hair looks like absolute trash. I have strep right now and I just don't feel like really doing anything, but today I decided to film a video for you guys, but I didn't really want to do my hair. So today's video is going to be testing out two dupes versus the real Artiste brush. I recently got one for Christmas and I asked you guys if you wanted a testing out dupes video and you guys said you did, so I decided to take inspiration from BuzzFeed and do a really cheap dupe and then a middle price dupe and then the actual Artiste brush and tell you guys which one I thought was the most worth it and which one worked the best, as well as just comparing them on my skin and the application process. So yeah, if you want to see which brush worked out the best, then go ahead and keep on watching. But make sure you click that subscribe button down below so you never miss out on a cool video like this one. And yeah, go ahead and keep on watching. And so I legitimately look bald right now, but you know, it's fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the Artiste brush on this half of my face and then whatever knockoff we're comparing it to on this half of my face. So the Artiste brush that I'm going to be comparing these to is the Artiste Oval 7, and I'm going to be using the same foundation for each process, and this is not a full coverage foundation, so keep that in mind. And it is the L'Oreal True Match foundation. And then I'm also going to be applying concealer just because concealer tends to be thicker than foundation, so I want to see how well each brush does with a thicker formula, and I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. So I zoomed in a little bit more just so you guys could really see my skin and like the coverage. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the Artiste brush on this side. I'm just going to dot the product all over my face. I'm going to try and do an even amount on each side so that one doesn't potentially have more product than the other, as well as really trying to keep my line pretty straight. Okay, well, let's get started. Barely any streaks. I did get kind of a bigger brush, so it is a little harder to get around my nose and stuff, but that was my fault for deciding I wanted the 7. Okay, again, this foundation is very liquidy, but it still is a very good coverage, and yes, I know it is too light for me. I usually mix this with a darker foundation, but I didn't want to mix it for the purpose of this video since I'm just like taking it off. But you can see my skin looks pretty good, pretty nice and full coverage. They don't really blend out right here, oopsies. But now we are going to go with the $5 dupe from Amazon. This is the cheapest one that I could find on Amazon. That wasn't going to take like a month to get here because I did want to do this video in a timely manner, but there are cheaper dupes on Amazon. Now, as you can see, it is significantly smaller than my Artiste brush. And if you look on the side, you can see that this one kind of has a curve and the Artiste brush is flat, which I have noticed with all of the dupes, and this one is way more densely packed, so I don't know how that's going to affect the blending process. And I don't know, the bristles just don't feel as soft as my Artiste brush because they are so tight. Okay, it's already kind of bad. It's definitely like picking up a lot of the product. You can see it's very streaky, which I didn't really have that problem with my Artiste brush. Oh my god, it's like barely spreading this around. I expected more from this dupe. Like, it's making my foundation look like legitimate crap. And you can just see where it's just taking away the foundation instead of evenly spreading it. And I put the exact same amount of product, but I feel like it is all just being absorbed into the brush. Okay, if you look at my skin, nice, pretty full coverage considering this isn't a full coverage foundation. And then it's just like streak city, like yikes. So I'm definitely gonna say that this dupe is really not worth your money. It just like picks up your foundation, which is really not what Artiste brushes are supposed to do. I just look really like patchy. And now we're gonna go in with some concealer and see how it does with a thicker consistency. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the dupe first. Let's see. Ooh, no, we're just having the same problem. And can you guys see that gigantic streak that just like occurred? Like, it doesn't blend anywhere. It just picks everything up. Even if I try and blend it out, it just streaks and picks up more of my foundation. Like, this is a very high coverage concealer, and you can barely see that I've put any on. Now the Artiste brush side. The Artiste brush is a little big for concealer, so I usually go in with my beauty blender. We're just gonna go in with the Artiste brush today. It definitely keeps the full coverage qualities of my concealer without moving around the foundation underneath, and it all just glides together. So nice, which is what I love. I always thought the Artiste brush was just way too hyped on YouTube, but it's really not. It really does revolutionize, like. Okay, so we've definitely decided that this $5 dupe is crap. I will have all of the brushes that I used linked down below in the description, so you can check them out if you do want to buy them. So now we're going to be testing the Oh Wow brush from Canon Cosmetics that I received through Octoly, but I didn't have to use it in this video. I decided, since I did already have a dupe that was mid-price, that I would test it out. So they're not paying me or influencing my thoughts about this. I 100% promise you guys this. I'm not even submitting this video to Octoly. So yeah, I just thought I'd clear that up. And we're comparing it to the Artiste brush. And so they do feel pretty much the same in softness, but this one isn't as densely packed as the Oh Wow brush, which I've noticed with a lot of the dupes. They're very densely packed. But this one isn't as densely packed as the dupe that totally was a fail. And it does have a slight bit of a round curve to it, as you can see. And it has this really funky handle, which is supposed to be easier to apply it with. So we're going to do the same thing, concealer and foundation. Artiste brush is going to be this side of my face, and then the Oh Wow brush is going to be on this side. We're going to start with the Oh Wow brush this time. Oh, and this brush is $30, and you can buy it on their website as well as on Amazon. I know it's cheaper on Amazon. Okay, this one is spreading it out nice and good. A wee bit streaky, as you guys can see, but again, this is a lightweight foundation and not very full coverage, so that attributes to it. It's also way smaller, but definitely doing way better than our $5 dupe. Nice and easy to get around the nose on. It is streaky around the nose area, and I am kind of pressing a wee bit harder, but as I go over areas, it does pick up foundation again. Because you can see, I would probably want to add a little bit more foundation on my cheeks because it is streaky over there. But it is a pretty nice size. Now we're going to do the Artiste brush. We pretty much know how it works at this point. Really beautiful at spreading the foundation. Okay, now we're going to go into our Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and we're going to conceal and see how each brush holds up. Okay, going in with the Oh Wow brush. It's doing a pretty nice job, I would say. It is a really good size to go on your under eyes. Oopsie, I got some hair in there. But I do think it doesn't make my concealer as full coverage. Again, I don't really use Artiste brush for concealer because I prefer a beauty blender. But you know, they're not awful to use. But it doesn't really seem to be liking the thicker formula as much. It is kind of making my brush really sticky and really filling up the brush, which can be a problem about the too densely packed sponges. I mean, not sponges, brushes. My brush already looks like it will need to be washed because it has so much caked up foundation and concealer. But overall, it did do a pretty good job, definitely better than the $5 dupe. So I'm just gonna blend everything out with this one. Okay, I am gonna say I think this side looks a lot smoother and less cakey than this side, which is probably just due to the density of the brushes. But I did use this brush twice in this video, and it doesn't even have that much foundation and concealer buildup on it compared to this tiny brush that I've only used once for foundation and concealer. I already have a pretty significant buildup, and these are really annoying in my opinion to wash because the foundation does really sink into them. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup, and I'll be back to conclude the video. Okay, so in conclusion, the brush that I'm going to say is the most worth it is this middle brush, the Canon Cosmetics Oh Wow one. I don't know, these two are very similar to me. I personally would still pick the Artiste brush, but you know, based on price and all of that, I do think that this middle one is really good if you do want to kind of go into the oval brush like family but not splurge, because I know that this is really expensive, but it really has changed my life and I'm so surprised. Like, my skin looks flawless when I use it. Like, don't y'all think it looks really good? Like, okay, like, not to like toot my own horn, but this really does make my skin look amazing. But I used this for a long time before I actually got a real Artiste brush, and it did actually work out pretty good. Definitely this $5 dupe is crap. Never buy it. It makes everything look terrible. I'm probably going to like throw this away. I have no need for it because it's honestly so bad. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below which brush you think you would buy. Would you rather buy the actual Artiste brush or the dupe? Let me know. I really am curious. Personally, as I said, I would rather buy the Artiste than the dupe. But you know, some people are like money conscious, but I'd rather like save. Oh, I just wanted to say I'm doing the New Year, New You makeup challenge, which is like part of this look because the theme for today is cut crease. You can follow me on Twitter at makeupartist77 to see every look that I post each day, as well as on my Instagram at omgjenna. And this was actually started by this awesome girl on Twitter. Her Twitter is Ghouls Glow. I'll have it linked down below if you want to check it out. So props to her for starting it. I've really been liking doing looks every day, even though I am sick right now, but I don't know, it gets me excited to think about doing new makeup looks every day and having like an inspiration to follow. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!